Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole, and today we're trying the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation together. I ordered this on Sunday from Ulta, and it got to my door yesterday morning. I wore it all day yesterday to formulate my thoughts, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like in natural light today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I film all my videos in natural light, and the reason I do that is because I want you to see what the makeup would look like if you saw me walking around in person. I love studio lighting, I love YouTube, but we tend to get a little heavy-handed when we have the studio lighting in front of us because it really softens the makeup, and you need to apply a little bit heavier when you have a bunch of studio lights in front of you. So my goal is to help educate you on makeup, share with you my knowledge in my past of being a professional makeup artist, and show you what makeup would look like, again, if you saw me walking in person. So I keep it very light and very natural over here. So if you are interested in seeing what the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation looks like in natural lights, go ahead and keep watching. P.S. Yes, I did take that thumbnail photo yesterday. I forgot to take a before photo today, and I like to do a before and after so you guys can see it in the thumbnail. And I do have a tutorial on those cute little space buns. That is probably one of my most viewed videos, so if you're interested in that, check it out. So I've already applied my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. Try to say that 10 times fast. And I've already done my eye makeup just for the sake of this video. This primer is so good. I've already gone through a full bottle, so when I ordered the foundation, I had to order a new one. This gives your skin the most beautiful glow. I love applying this under makeup and then when I don't have makeup on at all, just to give my skin a really fresh, plump look, which is exactly what this does. So let's go in with the foundation. So this is what the bottle looks like, and yes, I'm aware my nails are very chipped. I wanted to get this video out for you guys and I didn't have time to do my nails, and I'm a human being, you know? I'm not perfect, so sometimes I have chipped nails, but back to the bottle. I love this bottle. I love that it's plastic. I don't like glass bottles simply because I drop things all the time and I don't want them to shatter. So big fan of this. It does have a pump top. So let me go ahead and pump this out onto the back of my hand so you can see the consistency here. It is fairly liquidy and it will run down the back of your hand. So when I'm working with more liquidy foundations like this, I tend to like to use a brush. So I'm gonna use my Sigma F80. I did wear this all day yesterday from like 11 in the morning to 9:30 p.m. and it held up so nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to apply this as I kind of talk through that. I do like to take one spray of my setting mist. So this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, and I like to spray my brush. That's just personal preference. I think it gives my brush a little more of a slip, whereas when I don't do that, it's a little more grippy, but that's totally up to you. It's totally up to you if you want to use a beauty blender. Instead, I have my AOA Studio Paw Paw sponge that I will stipple over after I apply with the brush, just to, you know, make sure everything looks really smooth and seamless and take away any brush strokes if there are any, but this brush does a really good job. I do have a code with Sigma if you were interested in that. It's BrittanyNichole. I'll leave it down below and that'll give you 10% off, but if you didn't want to use that, totally okay as well. So again, I did wear this all day yesterday, so I'm gonna just kind of touch into a little bit over here, and notice how I just very lightly dab into this. I'm not jamming my brush into the back of my hand because I really want it to stay on the top of the brush, and that's gonna give me the most coverage. I will barely use a full pump of this. I could probably get away with about 75% of a pump because it's truly a nice medium coverage, and that's all I'm looking for in a foundation. I think that coverage is kind of up to personal interpretation, I guess, as well. So what I think is a medium coverage, you might think is a light coverage. I think that all kind of depends on, you know, what you're used to when you apply your foundation. But I consider this right off the bat a nice medium coverage, which is what they say it is. I am certain you could build this up if you wanted to apply a few layers, but I just go in with one layer here and it looks absolutely beautiful. It spreads beautifully. Like I said yesterday, it held up all day long, and I even like how it looks better as you go through the day. I think it warms up to the skin. Like right after I apply it, It doesn't look like it's powdery or anything like that, but it really warms up to the skin throughout the day and looks beautiful. It doesn't emphasize my pores. I have a little bit of a remaining breakout on my chin, and it covers that redness. You guys know I have redness in my cheeks, and it covers that up really well. I tend to have an issue because I have had laser a lot on my nose because I have telangiectasia. I tend to look very powdery on the nose after I apply foundation. This does not do that at all, which is always a really good sign for me. I'm gonna take this a little bit down the neck because it is, like I said, a little bit dark. But do you see how fast this blends out and just how nice and natural it looks? I'm very, very into a natural finish. You know, I don't wanna look so glowy that I look oily. I wanna look healthy, and that's exactly what this foundation gives me. And it's just a really, really nice foundation. It is $16, which is a little more on the pricey side. At least it was on Ulta when I purchased this. I don't know if that's like an Ulta price or what, but that's a little bit on the pricier side for a foundation, especially from ColourPop, but I think it's definitely worth every penny because of how beautiful this looks. So I'm done with the Sigma brush, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my AOA Studio Paw Paw sponge and just kind of tap everything in, like I said, to make sure that there's no brush strokes and everything looks really seamless. And I just wanted to talk real quick about my skin and why I'm not doing a wear test. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and first of all, wear tests are super long where I can actually try it on my own the day before and just tell you how it held up on me. And two, everyone has different skin. Unless you had the exact same skin as me, which I'm sure you don't, what holds up on me and like the conditions of the environment might be totally different for you. I will tell you it was about 90 degrees and astronomically humid when I wore this yesterday, and it held up really well. And that might have to do with how it kind of warmed up to the skin throughout the day and how it, you know, just looked a little prettier in my opinion throughout the day. But I also have extremely normal skin. I'm not extremely oily, I'm not extremely dry, I don't have a ton of texture, I don't have enlarged pores, and that's different obviously from person to person. The rest of my skin and my scalp have major issues, but I am very consistent with my facial skincare, so I think that's why my face skin is very normal. Don't get me started about everything else in my life, but those are things that you need to keep in mind when you're watching a YouTuber do a wear test or try a foundation and then you order it and you're like, why does this look like crap on me? All of that stuff, even diet, you know, stuff like that, and water intake is something you need to take into consideration versus someone you're watching on YouTube along with like filler and Botox and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not doing a wear test, but I would rather just, you know, get this video out, have it quick, help inform you and educate you and help you make a quick decision rather than watching me throughout the day wear something. I can just tell you, you know, in a sentence, it looked great all day long. I love it. I think this is gonna become one of my favorite foundations. So with all that said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop off here and apply some of the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I got the shade Light 50W for this one. I'll just show you guys real quick. You guys know I'm not like huge on applying concealer all over my face, so you know it's not taking away from the foundation. Nothing irritates me more than when I hear someone talking about foundation and then they take their concealer and they apply a giant triangle and fill it in, and I'm like, that's like mainly concealer all over your face now, you know what I mean? So that's all I'm gonna do for concealer. And you can see that this shade complements 70W with the foundation really well, and I love this stuff already. I think it blends out super nicely and I don't have to set it, which like are my two boxes that need to be checked for concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead, blend this out, and then I'm gonna apply the rest of my eye makeup and the rest of my other makeup off camera. FYI, on my eyes, I have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. I love this palette so much. I recently saw it on Instagram again and I was like, why have I not played with that in a while? So I love that. That's what's going on here. Very, very simple. And then I'll apply the rest of my makeup and leave those details down below. And then I'll come back on here and show you what it looks like when, actually, you know what? Let me blend out this concealer and then I'll show you what the face looks like super up close. So I'll be right back. So concealer is blended out, and this is what everything looks like. I think it is so pretty. I know you guys get the picture already. I just think it looks super natural, and that's exactly what I want in a foundation. So I'm gonna pop off here, do the rest of my makeup, gonna keep it super natural, all creams. You guys know the deal with me. And then I'll come back here and show you what everything looks like with the rest of the makeup on, because I know when you just have kind of a flat face of makeup, things can look a little bit off. So I will be right back here with my full face of makeup on. So I finished up the rest of the makeup off camera, but I will drop in a close-up with my hair behind my ears so you guys can see what everything is looking like. I did not apply any highlight whatsoever, so you could see any kind of glow is coming from the foundation. Like I said, it's not overly glowy where you're gonna look oily. It's just very, very healthy looking, which I think looks stunning. If you are a little bit more on the oily side, I think throughout the day you might need to apply a powder or you might need to blot a little bit, but I did not use any powders at all yesterday. I typically don't, and I don't have any powders on my face today, and it holds up so well. I didn't have any kind of creasing throughout the day. Like I said, it warms up to the skin. It doesn't set down to like a powdery finish that you're gonna see throughout the day. It just looks really pretty. I did set with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist as well. I just did a little T and a little X, and I think this also gives you a really, really fresh, healthy kind of look to your skin. So if you did go ahead and apply some powders, I would set with a setting mist like that to kind of take some of that down. But that is it for this one, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know what you guys think about me trying the products beforehand and then getting on here and kind of walking you through it. I think that's just a little more helpful. And again, like I said, everyone's skin is different. So thanks so much for watching. If you guys are interested in seeing any more videos from me, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. What do you think of my makeup? Give me a kiss if you like it. Okay. So I've already applied the Pretty Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer.
Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer.
So I've already applied the ColourPop Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. Pretty fresh. All right, you guys, don't say that. Don't say that. I hate that. You guys, stop. Do my normal skin. So I'll just do my, I applied this to sink into the skin and prep the skin, so no. All right, you guys, I went ahead and finished everything off camera.